Over at ESPN, an internal war is brewing. Towards the end of the game, that was pretty much over as Ohio State was whooping Tennessee. While commentating on the game, Kirk Herbstreit would mention how the coach for Ohio State, Ryan Day, was ceremoniously fired on First Take as the show debated on who could possibly take over for Ohio State if they were to move on from Ryan Day, which wouldn't be a bad thing until we realized that Kirk Herbstreit also works for ESPN, and Shannon Sharpe did not like that, not a single bit. Here's what Kirk Herbstreit said during the game.
So I don't know. I'm sure they'll be happy tonight, be fired up about what the Ohio State team did, but God forbid they lose to Oregon. They may want to fire him again.
But that's not reality. I mean,
No.
that's the thing. When you hear pundits on this network and other places talk about that with certainty, it's nonsense, frankly. I mean, the public doesn't pull the trigger and get rid of the coach.
No.
The administrators do, and they're behind them.
Yeah. First Take tried to fire him. They thought he was done. So I'll be excited to see what they talk about on Monday after this performance. They had him out. They're trying to find replacements. But here he is. He's still got his hat on. He's still coaching.
As soon as Kirk said that, you could hear the silence in the room. Obviously, we can't see inside the booth, but you could tell that as soon as he said that, they muted their mics and looked at each other. That silence was too loud for that not to be happening. When media from one channel is taking shots at other shows on the same channel, there's no way this can end well. Especially because Shannon is not stepping down from the Pod Wars, as he would respond when he's on First Take. Take a listen.
Even I'm going to let it slide. I'm going to be a good teammate. I'm going to let it slide. Everybody's at ESPN, because had you not taken the route you taken, I would have lit their ass up. But I'm going to let it slide. You know what, guys? Congratulations, Ohio State. You won the game. But, hey, if we're going to be on the same team, if we're going to work for the same network, don't do that. Kurt, Chris Fowler, I promise you, if you ever mention anything, any platform that I'm on again and talking about, I wonder what they're going to say in negativity, I promise you, ESPN ain't got enough bosses to keep me off y'all for what I'm going to say. So I'm going to let y'all slide today. I'm going to turn it over to D.O. before I get myself in trouble. But don't play with me. Go ahead, D.O.
Damn.
I got to follow?
Go ahead.
Man.
And then the people will give their thoughts, as even an Ohio State fan will say, First Take is right. Ryan Day took a good program and tanked it. Yeah, Ohio State won, which is great, while spending 2 times what Tennessee spent. We're still 1-4 against Michigan, 0-2 against Oregon, and 1-3 against SEC teams under Ryan Day. Herbstreit is just a professional kiss ass. But everybody wouldn't feel the same way. As someone was saying, love Shannon Sharpe. It's a damn shame he's become so overly emotional since joining First Take. Someone will reply, but I feel him. If we work on the same network, don't be throwing little jabs like you can't meet me in an office with your critiques. Keep my name out of your mouth. Which someone else will say, honestly, this was nothing to get all emotional over, and I love Unc, but what they said was right. They did try to write off Ryan Day. And then Chad Ochocinco will see that clip and reply, what did I miss? Because obviously, Chad doesn't want any of that smoke to be transferred over to their podcast. But this seems to be like an ESPN thing. Are all the shows on ESPN gonna cannibalize each other? Aaron Rodgers was just mad at ESPN for switching their business model from focusing on highlights and the games themselves to the personalities debating the games. If multiple ESPN shows start beefing with each other, will that help their ratings? Is all of this just a play? Let me know in the comment section what you think. And if you want to see more about the feud between Aaron Rodgers and Ryan Clark based off this issue specifically, click on this video.